time for another Tribe Tips. Now, one of my previous ones, I spoke about learning to like the Electribe 2 sequencer and just finding a way to work with it that's a little easier, pleasing, something that's not so awkward. In this one, we're going to talk about a different way to sequence. So, as you know, Groovebox combines drum parts and melodic parts. So it has to be able to sequence both melodies and rhythms. And if I had to pick one, the Electribe 2 is definitely a better drum sequencer than it is a melodic sequencer. So here's a way to use the drum sequencer to do melodic parts and kind of another interesting take to come up with some melodies. So the first step on this, what you're going to want to do is go to, in your settings, let's see here, that's a Shift Pad 10 motion sequencer. Now this is a per part setting, meaning that right now I'm on part 9 and it's set to smooth. I'm going to set it to trigger hold. And if I move over, 10 is still defaulted to smooth. We're going to turn it to trigger hold. This is a feature that I feel like really takes this machine to the next level. So there's other drum machines I've used that had motion recording, but because they can't do the trigger hold, which is closer to like a electron parameter lock where it changes the parameter on the trigger rather than just recording the motion free running, this is what really gives you the notes rather than this funky motion. So what we're going to do is play our beat. And then just thinking about rhythm, we're going to tap something in, right? Not thinking about melody, just thinking about rhythm. So there we got a little something, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to record that. Yeah, so an interesting thing about this is that your pitch dial can tune. Let's just clear this for a second. Let's just put this one back in. I think it can go up about a little over 1 octave up and a little over 1 octave down. So Now it's not exact, so it's not in semitones, so you can actually get out of, the chromatic, you can get out of the chromatic tuning, which allows you to get some funnier melodies going. Let's do something with it just to do another example, right? So let's go to a new part. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Let's see here. Once again, shift pad 10, set it to trigger hold, and then we're going to record something. Yeah, so by using this trick, you can actually get some melodies that you wouldn't be able to get using the typical sequencer. Now, what I wanted to show was that because you have that limited range, you can't get that wide of a variety. So you can really go about 2 octaves width of tuning plus a little bit. But if for whatever reason you wanted to go more with your sound, which I don't typically do, but if you wanted to, the trick there would be, so I'm going to just tap something in like this. And now I'm going to go into that step edit, which once again, just to remind you, is shift pad 11, right? I'm sorry, shift pad 12, cut that. So go into that step edit, right? And here's your notes. And remember, don't press it on this screen because you'll turn them off. That's where you can actually sequence from that screen. So here we go on this screen here. This is F4. Quick little tip, hit shift and turn the knob here and you can jump octaves. So we put this one up 2 octaves, put this one down 1 octave and leave that one in the F4. So now, this note here is going to be plus or minus an octave from 2 octaves up of the root note. So now it gets that real supersonic sort of sound there. So now if we remember to turn on trigger hold. Yeah, so for me, that function right there, that trigger hold, really unlocks so much out of this machine. To me, techno is more about the change of the timbre, the change of the tone, than it is the change of the note, right? So even something with a repetitive note, let's see here. We're gonna make another one, right? As if I didn't have enough. Something with a repetitive note. So what we're gonna do is just a simple sequence, right? Let's quickly cook something up. So let's get this one here. Put a little envelope on there. Let's get a let's go with a high pass filter. Let's go with this acid style one. Dial low resonance. All right, so the notes are staying the same on this one, right? I'm gonna get a little distortion on there. Getting kind of gnarly now, right? I'm gonna pitch it down. Now what I'm gonna do is, using my same technique, trigger hold, I'm gonna put different timbres. I'm gonna modify the sound on each step in order to give me that flow. So first thing I want to do is really work that filter. So I'm going to do maybe a little resonance work. Now I'm going to cross mod that later. Distortion. Maybe some playing with the release. To me, I feel like people miss that. That really adds depth to the sound, is playing with the release. So basically what the trigger hold does is each note has a certain setting. See how different those are? And I'm not even changing. Not even changing the pitch. That's simply just the various other settings. So basically all I'm doing with my technique is changing the pitch. Motion recording, trigger hold, pitch. But once again, in review, another way to sequence is using the pitch with trigger hold. Really level up your stuff with that tip, I'm telling you.